Rant summer is here. Head on over to AJsRANTroom.com. We got all of your summer needs covered. From bathing suits to swim trunks, flip-flops and tote bags, towels, tanks, and muscle shirts. Oh, and you can't forget about the visors and the hats. It's lit. So head on over to AJsRANTroom.com and get your summer poppin'. You won't be disappointed. It's always lit over at AJsRANTroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to AJsRANTroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
Bird, 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 bird's the word. Bird, 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 bird's the word. Hey, bird's the word. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? I think y'all can hear me and see me. I think life is good. I can hear myself. Yeah. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to the Lunchtime Rant. It's gonna be a good one today. Got a lot of awesome stories to cover and some breaking news right at the top that we had to throw in at the last minute. But an appeals court has thrown out the massive civil fraud penalty against President Donald Jaquavius Trump, ruling Thursday in New York State's lawsuit accusing him of exaggerating his wealth. Once you get above a certain income bracket, tax bracket, everybody's exaggerating. Kevin Leary said this, right? His name is Kevin Leary, right? The guy from Shark Tank. He's like, we all do this. We all exaggerate and we get our loans and then we pay our loans back with interest. That's what we all do. He literally said that. He said that out loud on cable television. He said that out loud. So he never understood, like many other people in that tax bracket, they never understood why Donald Trump was being singled out in this manner. We all know why Donald Trump was being singled out. But when you decide to go after the big dog and then the big dog gets reelected for president, yeah, you kind of mess up. And then when you're fat and black and don't have any real power of your own, you kind of go down with the ship. So Letitia James, we know they're on your ass. What did Kathy Bates' character say in that Tyler Perry movie, The Family of Praise? If you burn me, I'm gonna nail your ass to the wall. And Donald Trump was gonna nail all of y'all asses to the wall. So yeah, Trump administration just keeps winning, more winning. There's actually a few things that happened, but that was the last one to pop up. So we have a Dr. Umar update. Yeah, I know. We can't get enough of Dr. Umar now. Now, ladies, I hope you're paying attention because Dr. Umar probably has an offer that y'all can't refuse, baby.
I got a new program coming out for the ladies. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy, ladies. $500 donation to FDMG Academy, and you get a free lunch with Dr. Umar, restaurant of your choice in the state of Wilmington, Delaware.
I'm just spreading the good news, y'all. I'm not, you know. So if you would love to have dinner with Dr. Umar, all it's gonna cost you $500, and you have to donate it to the school. And when you donate it to the school, then you basically pay for your dinner too.
I said we got a new program called Lunch with Dr. Umar. Private lunch. Ladies, you got to donate $500 to the FDMG Academy, and I will take you to lunch, private lunch, any restaurant you want in the state of Delaware. It's called Lunch with the Doctor, and it costs you $500. Wow. You don't pay for the lunch. I pay for the lunch. Any restaurant.
They did pay for the lunch. Yo. How many dummies do you think is actually going to drop 500? Dummy, you paid for the lunch. The moment she gives you $500, she paid for the lunch. So you probably gonna take 100 of that, put it aside for the lunch, and then do whatever you want with the 400 and pretend it's for the school. The grift just keeps on getting worse. And then we keep posting King, because it seems like every time Umar posts, King Randall posts something, and then we all know King Randall's actually doing it the right way. He's actually using the money for what he's supposed to use it for. And there's no date night with King Randall the first. I'm going to leverage probably 5 women will give him $500 because it's the name, Dr. Umar. I mean, to some people, he's important. To some people, he's a celebrity. To some people, he has a foot in the culture, the African diaspora.
In the state of Delaware. Oh, yes. Brothers, don't hate. We got to stop hating. Brothers, we got to stop hating.
I am hating. You know why I'm hating? Because I don't have the ability to be this absolutely stupid, absolutely ridiculous, absolutely substanceless. I don't have the ability. Otherwise, I would get up here too and be like, yo, for $500. Well, I do say on TikTok, if you send me a universe, I'll send you a special picture. But again, I'm offering a service. I ain't say you're gonna meet me. I just said I'll send you a picture.
I hate my ninja, because if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your baby mom, do she want that luncheon with the doctor, we know what she gonna say, ninja. Don't test my intellectual gangster. If I roll up on your girlfriend, your live-in prisoner, you call a girlfriend. If I roll up on your live-in prisoner, your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend, who ain't there because she want to be, she there because she got to be. If I roll up on your romantic prisoner, my brother, if I roll up on your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend who living with you because she got to, not because she want to. Do she want that lunch date with the doctor?
Oh my God. This nigga has lost his mind. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like the the fallen actor who goes into like porn or they start selling psychic tarot cards or something. This is the fall of Dr. Umar. First of all, whose wife is gonna be mad? Who's gonna accept that? First of all, you're dusty. You're clearly desperate for money. You're clearly broke. You clearly have mismanaged the funds for the school. That's why the funds are frozen, allegedly. It's time to go get a real job, Umar. I don't think this grift is going to work for much longer. Maybe the podcast pay for people to talk. I mean, go see if you can get booked on some podcasts. Go talk some political stuff. Talk some black stuff. The podcasts that are attached to SAG, they'll pay you. They pay you. So maybe you can go get one of that. But ain't nobody with a sane household caring about what you have to say.
Your wifey want that lunch date with the doctor? I think we all know the answer to that. Me and you are not the same. I keep telling you that. Me and you, we not the same.
We sure not.
You not 6'3".
Oh no, I'm not 6'3". And no, I'm not 6'3". No. And
dark chestnut, cocoa brown.
I'm mocha. I don't know where I fall. What am I, mocha? I don't know where I fall on the color scale.
North Philly beard. You ain't Leo King.
What?
Ninja? You ain't Pan-Africanist #1. Nobody flying you to every continent to hear what you got to say. Only me. Don't make me take my t-shirt off and turn into King Kong right now. Don't make me beat my chest. Don't make me beat my chest. King Kong, stop playing.
If this mofo took his shirt off and let out all that blubber. Oh, Umar. All right, so if y'all want to have lunch with Umar, it's gonna cost you $500, and he's the Prince of Pan-Africanism. He's 6'3". He looks like King Kong without his shirt, and that's going out to all of y'all. So go follow him on the socials, and he'll he'll hook you up. All right. So yesterday I'm minding my business, and this atrocity came across my timeline. So apparently Cracker Barrel has done away with Paw Paw and the original logo and has converted it to this generic thing right here. What in the hell? Now listen, I've only been to Cracker Barrel one time. That was with Prince and Inked. That was in North Carolina. It was okay. I mean, I didn't change my life. It was okay. It has a personality, a charm to it. It's definitely a unique experience. But how the hell did we get here? Oh, I'll show you how we got here.
Honestly, the feedback's been overwhelmingly positive that people like what we're doing. I'll give you another soundbite. I actually happened to be in Orlando last week with all of our managers. We bring them together and every other year. And the number one question that I got asked, Michael, was, how can I get a remodel? When can I get a remodel? How do I get on the list?
Oh, really?
So because the feedback and the buzz is so good, not only from our customers, but from our team members. They want to work in a wonderful restaurant. So we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Yeah, so the team members are like, when can we get a remodel? Oh my gosh, we want to look like Waffle House. We want to look like Denny's and IHOP. Ladies and gentlemen, DEI, it's still here. Oh. Now, I don't know this woman. I don't know nothing about her, except that, she made all of these changes. She came in and took over Cracker Barrel and started making all these changes, including the logo and the decor and this. So apparently we have to know who you're banging to affirm you at the Cracker Barrel. So there are LGBTQ alliances. They're allies, and they supporting home office and field employees to bring their whole selves to work while strengthening Cracker Barrel's relationship to the LGBTQ. What the hell does this have to do? Why do you need to be affirmed in who you want to sleep with? Go sleep with whomever you want. Why do you need special treatment? Why do you need to come invade Cracker Barrel? I don't get it. So basically, this is what Cracker Barrel has done. This is Cracker Barrel. You see, they were Sydney Sweeney before, and now they're just fat. You lost all the personality, all the charm, all of the things that made it uniquely a unique brand. But here's comedian Kev on stage with his take.
Saw this on the internet. A dude said he ate in a remodeled Cracker Barrel and he hated it. And I want to join in on the hate. If the Cracker Barrel don't look like the Jim Crow South, I ain't saying it's great. You got to have the racism aesthetic. You got to have the rocking chairs and the hint of segregation in the air. If I don't feel like I'm on the set of Sinners, then how do I know I'm in a Cracker Barrel? This is a gentrified Cracker Barrel. They done took all the character out of it. And I know the edges of the pancake ain't burnt. I got to feel like somebody wants to say, good morning, boy, when I go in, with respect. And no respect at all. I feel like they want me to work there, but they don't want to pay me ever. God. And I've got to live there. That's Cracker Barrel's thing. You take that away, what is it? A Denny's, IHOP, a place I don't want to be at.
Exactly. Like, what are we doing? How do you take something? I don't know. Cracker Barrel's been around since the 70s? Oh, speaking of the rocking chair. Speaking of the rocking chair, Belinda. Oh, what's her name? Talked about that at the end.
Honestly, the feedback's been we're doing everything for our guests and our team members.
Well, Julie Messino, it's wonderful to have you.
Robin wasn't having
it. Thank you for answering those questions.
Robin wasn't having it.
Fans out there.
Robin about to jump in right here.
A lot of great changes.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Robin?
Can I get in writing that the peg game is going to stay?
The peg game is staying.
Okay.
What the hell is the peg game? That sounds freaky. I don't know what the peg game is. I didn't experience the peg game. But the rocking chair, she lied. Where's the rocking chair fitting in that gentrified looking place? Hold on, we'll look at that place.
The rocking chairs, fireplace, vintage decor, it's all there.
All right. Okay, because that would be a deal breaker.
She's lying. We just saw the gentrified.
Saw this on the internet. A dude said he ate in a remodeled Cracker Barrel and
this
he
is
hated
the
it.
gentrified Cracker Barrel. Look at the gentrified Cracker. The floors are clean. Like no. They only said this because they're scared because you're the CEO. See, this is why. Oh, pegboards. Oh, okay. It sounded freaky to me. Look. What is this? Are they doing this near your Cracker Barrel, Prince? Are they doing this near yours? Are they doing this to yours? Because I just think this is shut up, Tony. I don't even know how to interpret that, and I'm not going to try. But what is the point of doing this? What is the point in turning a beautiful brand into shit? What's the point? What's the point? I would have never factored this would have happened. But they also did this with the NHL, and then we'll talk about the NFL later. But this was an absolute disaster, and I hope the regulars of the Cracker Barrel revolt and say we don't want this. We like things the way they were. Keep it the way they were, sir. We didn't ask you to change a damn thing. All right, moving on. So, Elon Musk has remixed his song here. Hold on, let me get rid of that. There you go. Boop it, what you got. So yeah, he's doing away with the America Party thing for now, and he's gonna keep it MAGA because he basically feels JD Vance is next. He's next in line. JD Vance is gonna be the HNIC, and he don't want to ruin that for the future of MAGA. So I'm glad Elon is coming to his senses. I'm glad these billionaires, obviously Elon's on the spectrum, so I give him a little bit of grace. I'm a little bit. But when you start accusing people of being on the Epstein list, you kind of lost me on that one. But we'll cautiously, optimistically follow this because probably next week he'll be charging up the America Party all over again. But definitely, I think the way things are going with Donald Trump right now, JD Vance has a damn good chance of being the next president of the United States. And there's really nothing Democrats can do to stop it at this point. There's no candidate viable on the Democrat ticket for 2028 that could even get close. But again, this is Republicans' race to lose, and we still got Elon on our side. And so hopefully we are red for the next 12 years. That would be awesome. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I didn't really care about that story. That's why I didn't write anything down about it. Hey, I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm being honest. So Kanye West has a documentary coming out next month, and I must say I'm very excited about this. And I will be going to see this. And when was the last time I was in a movie theater? Oh, when I saw Sinners. And then before that, I saw The Avengers. So I don't go to the movies a lot. I'm not one of those people I have one of my nephews. He goes to the movie like 4 times a week. And he just loves movies like that. I'm just not that person. But I like what I like, and I just watch the same movies over and over and over and over again. Oh my gosh, please don't say that. That would be an absolute disaster, Brian. Oh God, that would be even worse, I think. Either way, it's gonna be bad. The tickets are bad. The tickets, the offerings, the pickings are slim, and I'm definitely gonna go see this. But so it's from Kanye to Ye. In whose name? And here we go. Kanye's chaotic transformation coming to a theater near you. The transformation of Kanye West into his current iteration of Ye is the chief subject of a new documentary that's headed to theaters. I'm going, baby. Prepared to relive the last few years. This is genius. On Tuesday, filmmaker Nico B unleashed the first taste of his project, In Whose Name, his unfiltered chronicle of Ye. He's been working on since 2019. So that at 6 years. Yeah, that's pretty dope. The trailer opens with Kim Kardashian emotionally exclaiming that her soon-to-be ex-husband personality has changed before launching into a blitz of the music legend in extremely candid moments, sometimes with his kids. The story goes, Ye gave then 18-year-old Nico the green light to record him on an iPhone and allowed him inside his world of chaos and greatness all in one swoop. It is unclear if Ye approved the rollout, but as it stands, In Whose Name hits theaters on September 19th. And we are going to see it because this is how you control your destiny and your narrative and your story. And for those who are interested, here's the trailer.
I'm off my meds for 5 months now.
Your personality was not like this a few years ago.
It's a calling by the universe. Never tell me I'm gonna wake up one day and have nothing.
We can talk about that later, but
It ain't no but.
When I went to the hospital, and one of the ideas was to do a church.
Yeah, I just been embarrassed or ashamed to cry, man. When we're at the prisons professing how Jesus can set you free, it's true. Thank you, Jesus. I decided to run. I almost killed my daughter. I'd rather be dead than to be on medication.
Either they destroy me or I destroy it.
it's a bad dream.
They're killing our ability to think outside of the box.
And I'm almost like a masochist.
I write whatever I want, when I want. It's words.
Yeah, the best thing about being an artist and bipolar, anything you do and say is an art piece.
Listen, everything ain't for everybody. So if you do have a mental illness and you feel like you're struggling, go seek help. I do think this is genius. I think it's brilliant. I think it's how you take control of the narrative and the story, and the fact that it's 6 years and not like, okay, we followed him for the last year. Like, no, this is literally, I think will unpack some of the mystery of some of the things that have happened. And also, yeah, I'm not gonna say that, but it's empowering. It's empowering for Kanye. It's great for him to take control of the narrative. I don't know if he's gonna talk about the anti-Semitism. I don't know if he's gonna talk about that stuff, but he probably is, knowing him. And so, and here's the thing: when people go against the grain and they're not afraid to lose, because even Kanye no longer being a billionaire, he's not broke. I mean, he's a 400 millionaire. Oh my gosh, the trauma and the tragedy of being a 400 millionaire. Oh my goodness, how would I ever make it? How would I ever live? Genius. So I'm gonna go see it. Hopefully you'll go see it. I'm sure it'll be in a limited release of some fashion, but I will definitely look up where it's playing near me, and you can do the same. All right, moving on. The Great Awokening. A former Democrat, Abby Phillip on CNN, she's been hemorrhaging viewers as she attacks white people over slavery and all of this crazy stuff. And she's very articulate. She's very beautiful. She's all of those great things. But yeah. So, and sometimes, you know, when you just need a former Democrat to say, actually, I went and did a little homework on when white people literally started screaming white supremacy and all of these crazy things in public.
Starting around 2011, 2012, sociologists started to notice a shift in white liberal opinion polling to where white progressives became more extreme in their views on race than Black and Hispanic Americans. And they called this, the sociologists did, called it the Great Awokening. And when they postulated, where did this come from? Why did white progressives suddenly start obsessing over race in a way that was actually far to the left of where Hispanic and Black Americans were on this issue? They found that the media had shifted radically how it talked about these issues. So for example, in 2010, the words white supremacy were mentioned 75 times in the Washington Post and the New York Times.
But the media is different from museums.
In 2020, the words white supremacy were mentioned 700 times in the Washington Post and the New York Times and 2,400 times in NPR. The word racism, 4,000 times in 2020. The words white and racial privilege from 2013 to 2019 grew by 1,500% in the New York Times and the Washington Post. And the word slavery itself exponentially skyrocketed as a percentage of words. I'm offering this only to suggest,
I'm just wondering
that
What do you think is the problem with talking about slavery, white supremacy, racism, et cetera?
So the point I'm trying to make here is that liberals will say, well, this is a reflection of reality. But of course it isn't. This is a reflection of a newfound obsession that was driven by the media. And that doesn't reflect either the moral evil of these things or the historical accuracy.
I do want to dive into what you mean by that, because you say that you don't think it's a reflection of reality. Based on what?
Well,
based on the idea that those things don't exist, that white supremacy doesn't exist, racism doesn't exist, that we shouldn't be talking about it anymore?
Based on the idea, obviously all these things I think are evil, but there's not more slavery now to the tune
of...
but
I think part of the problem,
than there was
Batia, is that in the 19... Hold on a second, Bakari. Part of the problem is that back, not that long ago, in the 50s, the 60s, even beyond that, when there was actual Jim Crow happening in this country, people were actually treating Black people as second-class citizens. We weren't talking about those things at all.
But in 2013,
those words were virtually never mentioned.
Abby, you don't
so is that better? Was it better then, or was it worse?
You don't think that 2013 is the same as the 1960s,
But you're missing,
right?
respectfully, and I've had this debate many
times. Do you really think that there's as big a difference between the 1960s and
I don't. That's not my point. My point is that the use of the language in present day, or the lack of the use of the language back when racism was apparent every single day in the streets of America, doesn't reflect really anything except perhaps a better awareness of the reality that we live in as a country.
Do you think the country was more racist in 2013?
That's not the point.
I didn't say anything about whether the country was more racist.
You know what irritates me is when people choose to misunderstand you. You know what I'm saying? When they choose to misunderstand you, right? They choose to act like they don't know what you're referencing and why, right? So she literally pointed out the study as how the media engineered this. This was engineered politically through the media. And now it's in the lexicon of damn near every white liberal you come across, right? Right. Because what's the first thing when I'm live? If I'm live and I have on a MAGA hat, what's the first thing they attack? They don't attack the points. They don't attack what they think MAGA stands for. They attack me because of my race. Because in their mind, the color of my skin takes precedent over any other interest, any other facet of my life. If I am not the color of my skin first, and if I am not placating to the color and the historical hurts and any type of retro trauma, if I'm not placating to that first, then somehow there's something wrong with me. No, there's something wrong with keeping yourself in perpetual cycles of mental instability. And that's what they've managed to do. When you have white people who feel they have the autonomy to come into a Black man's space and explain to him what slavery was, what Jim Crow was, what the segregated South was like, what idiot has to, you have the autonomy to do that because you read an article, because you read a book. And she's literally breaking it down how this got into the this is how this was permeated into our society. And this is why you have exhibits at the Smithsonian that look crazy, that blame white people for everything. Newsflash, and I'll talk about this later in the video I did on Abby and her whole meltdown around this. Without white people, there is no abolishment of slavery in America. 300,000 plus white people died fighting to free slaves. So to sit here and act like white folks, all white folks are the problem, all white people are the issue, is the absolute stupidest take you could have. And again, it's one thing to know your history. You can know your history. No one's saying don't know your history. It is another to live in it. It is another to walk around in 2025, a free woman. You are a free woman in 2025 at the helm of a show in prime time. Rest in that privilege, lady. You get to sit up there and talk all your white supremacy and all your blah, blah, blah. Yeah. A white man approved that. Did he not? Okay. I'm just saying. So there's a fine line between trying to teach people and then beating them over the head with something, indoctrinating them with something, getting these white people to the point where they hate being white should never be the goal. Blaming all white people, saying all white people are racist, all white people are racist. Meanwhile, without white people, there is no freedom from slavery. So until we can have the full conversation, I don't care. Yeah, let's sanitize America. Because all this does is it causes more division. It causes more confusion. It causes more hate crimes. It causes more stupid GoFundMes where people are literally, you have white people applauding a white woman calling a black child the N-word with the hard R and donating almost $1 million to her. When we get to that place, yeah, we kind of gotta shut the hell up on this stupidity, right? And then on the flip side, you get a black kid who stabs a white kid in his heart. And then you get black people galvanized around him. Almost $600,000 raised. Yeah, we got to do better, people. We got to do better. We can't live in this tardation anymore any longer. And I'm bored, quite frankly. I'm bored. I just feel like we need to be thinking forward. We need to be thinking in the future. We need to be really, Kanye was onto something when he tried to create Black Future Month. And it's like, when do we get to the place where we stop regressing? Know where you come from, understand the shoulders you stand on, understand the legacy that was built before you, and then take it forward. Because me acting like I know what it's like to be a slave, to not have rights, to have literal laws on the books that tell me I can't relate to that. That ain't my world. I respect the people who made the sacrifices. I respect the people who laid their lives down. But I'm not going to ever pretend for one moment that I understand that I know what they're going through. That's in my opinion, that's the most disrespectful thing I could do at that point. Anyway, we will be right back. Alrighty then. Let's talk about the evolving presence of male cheerleaders in the National Football League. I will give my opinion and my take on this entire subject in a moment. Of course, it's not without controversy. It's not without its detractors, and it's not without its supporters as well. Let's just watch the video first.
Shortly after the Minnesota Vikings posted this video to social media featuring cheerleaders Blaze Sheik and Louis Kahn, online backlash and hateful comments swiftly followed. One user commenting, "How embarrassing." Another writing, "I just lost all of my respect for the Vikings." The Vikings organization quickly defending their cheerleaders, saying in a statement, "Male cheerleaders have been a part of previous Vikings teams and have long been associated with collegiate and professional cheerleading." Adding, "We support all our cheerleaders and are proud of the role they play as ambassadors of the organization." Sheik and Khan appearing to take subtle jabs at haters, sharing this photo in their uniforms, writing, "Wait, did someone say our name?"
All of us have had experiences like this since the time we started dancing growing up, far before we became NFL cheerleaders.
Speaking with GMA overnight, Philadelphia Eagles cheerleaders Alex, Dalton, and James sharing a message for their colleagues.
We know what it feels like to feel that somebody doesn't support you for simply doing something that you enjoy. And so it's been really a pleasure to be on a team that has multiple boys where we can fall back on each other.
I would say to keep on dancing, you're already doing what you love and you were selected through this rigorous process and you deserve to continue to tune the noise out because at the end, it's really only you and yourself, and you have to make yourself happy.
The first male cheerleaders in the league were introduced in 2018 via the Rams, but their presence has grown ever since. And today, roughly 1/3 of all NFL teams have male cheerleaders who help energize stadium-packed crowds.
Just having this opportunity to do this is life-changing for all of us. We never know when we have that little boy who also loves to dance, and we have that amazing opportunity to show them that they can do anything that they put their minds to.
So those Eagles cheerleaders tell us there's mostly a lot of positivity around what they do. And the Vikings also tell us, here's a quote, every member of the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders program has an impressive dance background and went through the same rigorous audition process. And these cheerleaders are not unionized and they're generally part-time employees. So they do this mainly because they're talented and they love it.
Listen, let's talk about it. I feel like everybody's scared to say what a lot of us are thinking. Football, it ain't just a sport. It's a ritual. It's a modern day gladiators, warriors, plotting, scheming, breaking bones, calling plays, going to war on that gridiron. And part of that ritual is the balance, the contrast, the hard hits on the field and the soft, beautiful women on the sidelines. That's the perfect combination. That's the vibe. That's the culture. Now, suddenly we got dudes shaking pom-poms in the end zone, and this is supposed to be normalized? I mean, let's be real. Even if you are a man's man who happens to be gay, you don't want to see that either. Because at the end of the day, it ain't about sexuality, it's about space. Every group gets to carve out a space for themselves. Women got theirs, the LGBT community got theirs. But when men say, yo, this is what I like, this is what we want to see, this is what completes the energy of the game for us, suddenly it's labeled homophobic, intolerant, toxic masculinity. It's none of that. It's called setting boundaries. See, a man's man ain't pulling up in a gay bar trying to take up space. A man's man ain't petitioning to play in the lingerie football league. We respect those spaces. But when it comes to football, the NFL, America's sport, that's one of the last sanctuaries for men who just want to be men, watching the clash of titans on the field, then taking a breather, eye-catching some beautiful feminine energy on the sidelines. That's balance. That's natural. That's what makes the game complete. And I don't care how you spin it. Nobody in the stands is paying top dollar for a season ticket to watch a dude in tights high kick during halftime. It's not disrespect. It's not hate. It's reality. Men have the right to say, yo, this is what we want. Men have the right to protect their spaces just like everybody else does. And if you don't like that, tough. Because football was never designed to be politically correct. It was designed to be powerful, raw, and unapologetically masculine. And let me also be clear with this. Religion aside, whether you think homosexuality is a sin, whether you think men prancing around with women is a sin or not, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm saying. And I'm not saying these dudes ain't talented or they ain't athletic or they don't work hard, because they do. I'm a former choreographer. I'm a former dancer. As someone who's torn his groin muscle several times, pulled tendons, bruised ribs, popped my knee, I know that grind. I know that pain. I respect the discipline, but respect doesn't mean I gotta want it in my space. Here's the bigger problem, though. It ain't just about cheerleaders. This is part of a larger push to blur every single line between men and women, between masculine and feminine. They want to erase the contrast, obliterate it completely. They want to tell men, you don't need a space of your own. Everything must be blended. Everything must be inclusive. But inclusivity without boundaries is chaos. And when men don't have spaces to be men, society suffers, families suffer. Boys grow up without knowing what it means to stand tall, to fight, to protect, to lead. Football is one of the last of the stages in this country where men can be unapologetically men, loud, aggressive, physical, competitive. And the cheerleaders, that feminine presence is part of the show. It's part of the energy. Strip that away, replace it with men in spandex doing backflips, and you strip away the balance. You strip away the culture. You strip away the very thing that makes the NFL more than just a game. It makes it a spectacle. So let's call it what it is. This ain't about hating anybody. This ain't about stopping anybody from chasing their dream. This is about men drawing a line and saying, nah, this is ours. This is how we want it. This is how it works. And if everybody else gets the right to carve out their spaces, then men damn sure got that right too. So call it old school, call it traditional, call it whatever you want. But for me, I call it real. Men have earned the right to say, this is our lane and this is how we like it. That ain't hate. That's manhood. No cap. Y'all feel me? So that's my take on that. And while we're out here, talking about the Bidgie Titty Quaz, the first transgendered cheerleader in the NFL has announced that he's quit. He was a cheerleader for the Carolina Panthers and said in a statement, quote, "Don't let a president who is delusional stop you from reaching your goals. Whether you are trans, African American, or not American." Sir, the word delusion is being applied wrong in this statement. The word delusion should be applied to you. You look in the mirror every day and you see a man. We still see a man. And this isn't transphobic. This is just the reality of the situation. Trump is president. We don't care no more. We ain't got to tap dance around nothing. This is in my purview, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the only mental illness that we exacerbate, we encourage. We don't encourage people to be more schizophrenic. We don't encourage people to be more manic depressive. We don't encourage people to be more bipolar. We don't encourage people to have more multiple personalities, do we? This is a broken individual who feels it's their life's mission to impose themselves in spaces where they're not wanted. And then you quit. I didn't even read the full statement. I don't even care. You quit. because you couldn't handle it. Because you see all of these beautiful, petite, sexy women. And then a mess. A mess cosplaying as a woman, disrespecting the beauty of being a woman. Because instead of treating the mental illness, we encourage it. We egg it on. We tell you to do more. Go further with it. Make it more. Why do we do that in this society? Why do we exacerbate the problem when it comes to this community? That's not transphobic. That's reality. That's the truth of the matter. That's how you should approach this. This should be treated, not encouraged. Nobody should be telling this person, hey, you should do more of this. You should mutilate your genitals. And if you can't afford it, join the military. Or let's try to get government programs to start funding it. Or we can create a thing called Black Lives Matter and they can help out. So the delusion lies with you, not Donald Trump, not anybody who doesn't agree with this lifestyle choice you've made. That's on you. And it's not for me to understand or accept or like, because I don't have to do any of that. Just like nobody has to like or accept me. It is what it is. I got stuff to do. But the one thing I'm never going to do is impose myself in a space where people don't want me. Where there's a culture already built in, where they like their culture. Why would I come in and impose and try to change it? Oh, let me make it more of this or less of that or whatever. No, that's that. When I can go create my own culture, my own space, and just leave people the hell alone, and hopefully, more than likely, they'll leave me alone too. So this whole begging to be affirmed, to be loved by people who don't want to affirm or love you, is ridiculous. And it has to stop. It is what it is at this point. But he's gone. He won't be there during the regular season, and the NFL is back, baby. Now, I do want to share a couple of social media posts that I thought were funny. We'll start with the WNBA. So obviously, they're still complaining about the gender pay gap, although the WNBA has never turned a profit and still gets subsidies from the NBA, who can afford to pay their players $12.1 million, who can afford to subsidize a lesser organization that has never turned a profit, right? And so Vita says in the comments, so if I play music in a local pub, I should be paid the same as what Taylor Swift gets for one of her concerts. That's the logic here, people. That's the logic. You're making a fraction of the money. When Taylor Swift goes on tour, she's packing out stadiums, right? So she's proving her worth, right? She's proving her worth as an artist. We're not talking about her talent or whatever. We're just talking about the fact that she can sell out an arena, right? So if she's packing in the money, fine. Now, if Taylor Swift goes on tour and can only fill half the arena, that's going to be a problem, right? That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem for everybody on the back end, the promoters, the investors, the producers. You're going to come up short paying the staff and paying all the people you're dragging on tour with you, right? So then Taylor Swift probably going to take a really significant pay cut and probably have to downsize the tour to like amphitheaters or whatever, right? It's called reality, people. It's called the reality of the situation. And the reality of the situation is the WNBA is not profitable, and they offered y'all a significant salary bump, and y'all said no. Where were they even going to get that money? Probably from the NBA. Hey, we need more subsidies. We need more subsidies. And the NBA, you know, cash is everywhere, even though the ratings have dropped and the viewership has dropped. But they still make a considerable amount of money, right? They make a lot of money. NBA is very profitable. So they can afford to pay LeBron and Curry and folks. They can't afford to pay y'all over there at the WNBA. And like I said before, y'all are about to expand and get 3 more teams. You're about to get 3 more teams. You gotta pay for promotion. You gotta hire staff. You gotta pay venues. Yeah, there's a lot of things that go along with that. But y'all just thinking about yourselves. And I want to end with 50 Cent, who so eloquently said to the haters who are mad at him talking to Republicans, he says, so let me get this right. If I meet with someone in person and they come off as a straight up person, I can't like him because he's a Republican? Get the F off my page now. And this is how every black celebrity should handle these people when they start acting like wow animals and believing that they own your voice and your opinion and your vote and who you could talk to because they bought a ticket or a t-shirt or a CD or a stream. Who gives a damn? Who cares? If your non-negotiable is political affiliation, that's fine. That's your personal choice. But to think you can impose that on other people is where you mess it up every single time. Most of my friends aren't MAGA. Most of my friends aren't Republicans. And most of my friends aren't even really political. Yeah, who cares? What do you offer this world? Right. Are you a stand-up person? Are you out here doing the damn thing? Are you good to people? Do you respect the people who work for you? Do you treat people fairly? That's what I care about. I don't give a damn who you voted for. You could have voted for Kamala 12 times. I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't bring up politics, because if you bring it up, I'm going to be honest. But for the most part, I don't care. I don't care. And the bigger point is, if you don't get to know people who don't think like you, how do you relate to people outside of your bubble? If everybody in your bubble thinks the same, votes the same, acts the same professional field or whatever, if you don't know anything outside that bubble, how do you socialize beyond that? How do you immerse yourself in the greater world? Because guess what? Most people don't do what I do. Right. Just like other professions and other ways of making money, I don't do, and most of the world don't do either. But if you don't talk to people and relate to people, you can't get to know people, and you don't know how to talk to people. So props to 50 Cent for basically saying, kick rocks. I'll do what I want. I'll do it how I want to do it. And if you don't like it, you can leave. I'm 50 Cent. I ain't got to prove a damn thing to y'all at this point. I don't have nothing to prove to you. I have not a damn thing to prove. Not a drop. No, drop. Anyway, that's our show for today. I appreciate y'all so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, make sure you share the post. We're creeping towards monetization on this channel. We're creeping. I'm earning every hour, every minute, every moment, every view, every share, every like, every dislike, whatever. I welcome it all. Engagement is engagement. So whether you dislike the video and leave a nasty comment, thank you for the engagement. Whether you like the video and leave a positive comment, I appreciate you as well. I think that's all. Oh, if you would like to support the channel, you can go to my merch store, AJsRANTroom.com. That's AJsRANTroom.com. Oh, I am wearing something from AJsRANTroom.com. You can get this felon hat at AJsRANTroom.com. It also comes in blue. None of this is part of the store, but maybe one day. But anyway, we have hoodies, we have hats, we have shoes, we have gym bags, we have duffel bags, we have backpacks. Did I say t-shirts? I don't know, maybe I did. But anyway, I appreciate y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much. And I will catch y'all, Mayanna, in the situation, and peace.